The Spanish phrase of the day is ¿Cuánto cuesta? How much does this cost?
Hello everybody, today I'm going to answer a few questions really quick from Bob. I don't want to give Bob's last name because he'd like to stay anonymous, and that's fine. Bob was asking me some real estate specific questions. He's basically asked me, if I was your neighbor, how much would the land right next door to you cost? And first of all, Bob, I love you, but I don't want any neighbors. I don't have any neighbors, don't want any neighbors particularly. Not that you guys aren't nice people, I just don't want any neighbors. Well, right now between $4,000 to $6,000 an acre is what I think you should expect, probably on the higher end. What happened is there's been a lot of North Americans moving here to Chile, and there's been a lot of New Zealanders moving here, and that's caused the cost of land to go up significantly. Before we got here, the land was going for around $3,000 an acre. We're talking dollars here. All these are dollars for you guys to get round figures. Also, he was asking me, in my opinion, and that houses would sell for. So, to give you an idea, I've got about, when I'm through, when everything's said and done, let me do a little math here, I should have about $41,000 just in the structure of my house, all right? And that comes out to be about $30 a square foot. That's pretty cheap because, well, I'm pretty resourceful in some ways, and we live very simply. Obviously, our house is not done right now, but we're in the process of finishing it up, and everything should be around between $40,000 and $50,000 just for the structure. For my land, I pay $25,000 an acre. I have about 6 acres. So I got a pretty good deal. I will say that right down from me, down the road here, on the same road in front of my house, about 3 or 4 miles down the road, was a lot which a friend of mine sold. He owned the lot, and I didn't find out he sold it till later. I would have tried to buy it from myself. But he sold the lot for 22 million pesos. 22 million pesos in American dollars is $34,000. So, and change. So, today's rate, $34,000. We'll just use round figures, divided by 2.47, because it was 1 hectare, was $13,000 an acre is what he was paying for it. So it's gone up significantly, but obviously, but also you should understand that smaller parcels of land sell for greater amounts of money, okay, on a per unit basis. All right. Also, Bob asked me about getting a job here, opening a business here. Here's my recommendation when it comes to getting a job, opening a business, or buying a business that's quote-unquote not failing, in his words. Here's the cold hard facts. If you want to come to Chile and you want to open a business, or you want to go work for somebody, you better speak Spanish. You better figure out how to speak Spanish really fast once you get here, if you didn't, like I had to. It is not easy to open a business here in Chile. Chileans will argue with you about this, and so will some gringos. I have a business here in Chile. It is painful. Why is it painful? You have to open a legal entity, or you can be a sole proprietor. They have sole proprietors, they have limited liability companies, and they have partnerships and corporate, just like in the United States. They have all those things just like in the United States. What's the difference? It's very archaic how they run it, and because of that, you have to jump through a bunch of hoops in Spanish to get from I'm not in business to I am in business. In the United States, you say, wow, I have an idea. I want to do this or that and sell or provide a service, and boom, I'm in business now, right now. It doesn't work that way here unless you're working underneath the radar, okay? And you can only do that with a limited amount of money coming in, or profit that you're going to make. Okay, so I would really discouraging to you. Chile is not business friendly. They say they're business friendly, yes, to the Fortune 500 companies and huge multi-million-dollar investors. But to Jim and Lori Dorchak, they were not business friendly at all. Okay, so give you an example. When I moved here, I was selling Rain-X. I was importing Rain-X and selling it, and I had an okay customer base, but the problem is that the American dollar would grow so much in comparison to the Chilean peso and vice versa that sometimes the Chileans couldn't afford to buy, due to the conversion rate, couldn't afford to buy the Rain-X from me. If you don't know what Rain-X is, it's a window treatment. So I couldn't sell Rain-X and make a profit. I might make a profit for one quarter, the next quarter I took a butt chewing. I lost everything. That's because of the difference of the economy, for one thing, between the United States and the dollar and the Chilean peso. And the Chilean peso is pretty strong, I will tell you. I have faith. I have more faith in Chilean peso than I do the U.S. dollar. But because of those fluctuations, and you also have a tax entity, the Chilean government, that taxes all products coming into Chile. Because of that, you're going to pay 26%. So let's say you brought a bottle of Rain-X in, and let's say you paid $5 for that. You would pay $5 for that at Advance Auto or wherever in the United States, or even Walmart. When you buy it, after you get it here and you bring it in and you put the taxes on it, you pay the fees, which are based on how much does it cost to bring that $5 bottle here as far as shipping goes, and let's say that's $2 to ship that $5 bottle here, which is really cheap. So then you got a $6, $7 bottle, and then let's say they're going to charge you 26% on top of that. So you're going to be about $12 for a bottle of Rain-X about this big, which in the United States costs $5. And you're talking about people that don't have a lot of disposable income here. So because of that, the economic situation is not really viable to import things. And the biggest deterrent to that is the Chilean government. The Chilean government's taxation and their aduanas are the customs guys, are very, very confiscatory. Yeah. So because of that, you're not going to do really good if you try to import things like I did. I thought I could do that. I found a product that is not here in Chile, and I was able to I found a product here. Rain-X was not here in Chile, and I was able to do some importation and work with other people there. But because of the differences in the economy and the high taxation of the Chilean government, you just can't make a profit. Okay, so what would be the answer? The answer to that would be is to find out your own chemical formula and make your own Rain-X and your own packaging for your product here in Chile. And I wouldn't really go down that trail. Rain-X is a good product, they're good people. The answer really is for the Chilean government to stop taxing importations at 26%. I was going to buy a pair of shoes from LL Bean. They're called duck boots. I like them. They slip on and they slip off easy, and they're good in the mud and the water, which is grand here. They're $32 in the United States. After I brought them here, it was $56 to have them shipped here. I paid 26% on top of that. It was $133 or $123. I think it was $133 is what those boots would have cost me. The same boots in the United States are like, I don't know, 30 bucks. Okay? So because of that, you just can't afford to do that. People aren't going to pay that much for a quality boot like that. They aren't going to pay that much for Rain-X because they don't have that disposable income here. Okay? So really the Chilean government does a fine job of injuring and mistreating Chileans. Okay? So because of that, that really stifles the economy. It stifles growth here in Chile. It stifles entrepreneurship, although you will find that everybody and their brothers in business selling something here, whether it's empanadas or bread or vegetables or food or milk or cheese or butter. Everybody that is going to make money where they can, okay? But to come here as a gringo and do that is going to be really hard, all right? So unless you have an income already or you have a retirement, it's really hard to come here. If you can make an income online, then that would be a really good way to do it as well. Although I do understand now, and I'm not sure, you need to check on this, but Chile does have restrictions to coming here and having your income being totally online. Also, I want to talk again to y'all about WhatsApp. I use WhatsApp, and if you come to Chile, you do not have WhatsApp right now, trust me, you will have WhatsApp after you get here. Not because I want you to, but because you will want you to. Why? It's cheap, it's free, it's easy. The internet here is sketchy in some areas because, like, they have words for, in my region, it's called the frontier. Now, you can think of Star Trek, the final frontier. Well, one of the final frontiers is way down the sticks out here by me. They don't have running water, they don't have power, they don't have phone, they don't have cell, they don't have anything. It's out there, okay? Not too far from me, all right? So if you have WhatsApp, what's that have to do with WhatsApp? But if you have WhatsApp, you can take a message, and when your cell phone does hit a tower, it'll pick up that message, and you can listen to somebody say, hey, you can listen to somebody's message they sent you through the walkie-talkie function. Okay, I really, really like that because I can't always call you because I have really bad cell here and talk to you and consult with you on what's going on. People are asking me questions all the time. I really don't like typing. I have atrophy in my hands and nerve damage, so for me to do a lot of typing is not really fun. Also, the other important reason is I don't like sitting in front of the computer. I like to be outside, okay? And I didn't move to Chile to sit in front of the computer. So I'm sorry if I'm being a little bullheaded about it, but I like WhatsApp. And the reason I like WhatsApp is you guys are coming to me to get information about whatever you want to ask me about Chile. If I can answer, I'm not an expert, but I'll try my best to find you the answer if I don't know it. And because of that, you guys are going to come to me on my terms because I'm not in the consulting business, to say the least. I'm just here to help people out, okay? And so if you can get WhatsApp and you want to contact me, you're welcome to. And WhatsApp has text, it has video, it has voice where I can call you, I can do a FaceTime. I can also say, hey Joe, how's it going today? Did you get that new car? And it'll go beep, and it'll go to Joe, and Joe will go, yeah, I got that new car, beep, and it'll come back to me, and I'll say, wow, there's a message from Joe. Yeah, I got that new car. It's really great if you have miserable internet. It's free. I do know there's people that don't like it based on the fact of the intrusive social media thing. Let me explain something to you. My wife's staring at me. The U.S. government knows how many times you go to the bathroom every day. They know when you go to the bathroom, and they know everything about you. I mean, I'm being a little facetious, but not too much. So, for me, what I use is WhatsApp. So, anyways, I hope that helps some people with answers to questions. Of course, I've covered all this before in my videos. I really encourage a lot of you to, if you have similar questions, to go look at my older videos. And granted, some of the data there has changed, and I've learned some things as well, but go back and review those videos. So anyways, ciao from Chile Expat Family. I appreciate your time. Bye-bye. Ciao from Chile Expat.